Hi, my name is Maida Herschel, author of Vital Yoga, a source book for students and teachers, and owner of a downtown yoga studio called Yoga Now. And I'm here today to give you some tips on how to find some release from the stress of work, how to kind of take care of yourself at the desk. Hopefully you also have a yoga practice or a physical practice at home after work hours. But you know, there's so much we could do in our daily lives to take care of ourselves. And I know work is a place where we can really feel stressed. One thing we can do that's so helpful to us is to learn how to focus. And that focus can be found from a balancing practice. So much of how we find happiness is being able to really let our eyes be laser pointed on some single point and let go of external stimuli. I know there's so much for us to do in the world and we have a lot of demands, external demands on our life, but let's just take 2 or 3 minutes to take a different approach. For just 2 or 3 moments, let's focus on what we choose to. All the work that you have to do will still be waiting for you, right? So let's just put that aside for a moment. And we're going to practice a pose called tree pose at the desk. You leave your regular shoes on, your regular clothes, you just stand up from your desk, and you try to find a place that you have a little bit of movement. You don't need a lot of room. And what we want to do for balance poses are 2 main ideas. One is that the eyes stay focused. So we're going to find some spot. Probably the easiest place to find focus is down and just a foot or so in front of us. If we've done a lot of yoga and this is so easy, we can look up. And if that's really easy, of course you can close your eyes. But let's begin by suggesting that we just look down, maybe a foot or foot and a half away at some single point. And no matter what happens, if you start to fall over, you feel nervous, you have to put the foot down, don't worry. But try to keep your eyes, what's called the drishti, the gaze, on that single point of focus. So that's the first suggestion. And the second suggestion is to use some core strength, to use the belly to support us, because that will help us a lot. So we're going to let the weight shift to the right foot. Again, you're going to have shoes on, you're at work, that's no problem. Let your feet, even within your shoes, feel the earth. Kind of go back and forth a little bit so you can really feel the earth underneath those feet. Have your eyes on a single point of focus, and then just begin to lift the left leg up. Maybe at first you've got to touch the toe, just to feel that, and then use it like a kickstand. Or maybe you can lift the leg up higher and cross it over the other thigh. And then maybe you can bring your hands together. Anytime you need to, you can bring the hands to the table. If you're getting a little nervous, no problem. And just stay here for about 5 breaths. Now, if this is really easy for you, you can begin to sit down and stand up. That makes it even more of a challenge, right? Movement with balance is always harder. That's about 3 breaths. Let's try 2 more, 4 and 5. Great. And then slowly release, but very slowly. The leg comes up and we gently bring it down. Great. And then shake that right leg a little bit. So here's the trick about balance. Some people say, I just don't have balance. You know what? It's like everything in yoga anyway. It's practice. I promise, if you practice balance, you'll get more balance. It's maybe something you're born with. I don't know. I wasn't. I practiced to get balance. So don't worry if you can't find balance right now. If you practice this simple technique, you'll be good at it in no time at all. It's just doing it. So again, we find the single point of focus with our eyes. We use the belly to kind of feel the belly press back and support us. We have this sense of power right from our core. We shift the weight to the left leg. And again, you could just lift the right leg up a little bit and you start to feel unsteady, a little nervous. Just bring the toe down and let the heel come to the inner shin and just relax here. That's totally fine. This is a great place to stay, finding balance here. If you can lift your leg up, this time rather than cross it over, you could just lift it straight up in the air. Inhale. Exhale. Again, if this is so easy for you, you could go up and down. Woohoo! I just lost balance. It's not a crime. Inhale, exhale. You can bring your hands to the chair, the floor, or what is this, the desk, and go up and down here. And then stay steady. Find the single point of focus again, and gently release the other leg. Great, and then just let the arms release, roll the shoulders a little bit. Feel that sensation in your legs. By the way, this is also great for your knees. To have balance on one leg is great for building muscles around the knees, which can support us as we need to use our knees more and more. So just take a moment, see how that feels, and then return back to your desk, seated down. And that's something that's so easy to do, And you'll be surprised that simple couple of minutes it takes to do both sides, just by doing something and focusing on it, letting everything else go, using your body, you'll be surprised at the refreshing way you'll feel. So before you return to your job, you might close your eyes, take a couple breaths, remember all the resources you have, inner and outer, and have a great day. Namaste.